Imagine spending hours studying a topic. You read the chapter, watch videos, take notes. Everything makes sense. But then someone asks you to explain it, and suddenly you realize you don't understand it nearly as well as you thought. This is one of the biggest learning illusions. We often mistake familiarity for understanding. That's why one of the most effective learning methods ever created starts with a simple challenge. Can you explain it? It's called the Feynman Technique, and it might completely change the way you learn. The technique is named after physicist Richard Feynman. Feynman wasn't just brilliant. He was famous for explaining incredibly complex ideas using simple language. While many experts hid behind complicated words, Feynman believed that true understanding him meant simplicity. His philosophy was simple. If you can't explain something simply, you probably don't understand it well enough. And that idea became the foundation of one of the most powerful learning methods ever developed. Most people study passively. They read, highlight, underline, watch videos, review notes. The problem is that all of these activities can create an illusion of knowledge. The information feels familiar. The concepts seem clear. But familiarity is not mastery. The real test of understanding is whether you can explain the idea without looking at the answer. That's where the Feynman technique comes in. The technique has 4 simple steps. Step 1. Choose a concept you want to learn. Maybe it's photosynthesis, maybe it's economics, maybe it's calculus. Step 2. Explain it in simple language. Pretend you're teaching a 12-year-old. No technical jargon, no fancy vocabulary, just simple explanations. Step 3. Identify gaps in your knowledge. Whenever you get stuck, that's valuable information. It means you found something you don't fully understand. Go back and review that part. Step 4. Simplify again. Keep refining your explanation until it becomes clear and easy to understand. The goal isn't to sound smart. The goal is to understand deeply. The Feynman technique works because it forces active recall. You have to retrieve information from memory. It also exposes weaknesses in your understanding. When you're reading notes, gaps stay hidden. When you're teaching, gaps become obvious, and that's exactly what makes this technique so powerful. Instead of pretending you know something, you discover what you actually know and what you don't. Let's say you're learning gravity. Most students might memorize, gravity is a force that attracts objects toward each other. Sounds simple enough. But now, try explaining gravity to a child. Why does an apple fall? Why doesn't the moon fall into space? Why do we stay on the ground? The moment you try to explain these questions, you'll quickly discover where your understanding is weak. And that's where learning begins. Many people believe learning is about consuming information, but real learning happens when you can explain information. The Feynman technique transforms studying from passive review into active understanding. So the next time you're learning something new, don't ask, "Did I read it?" Ask, "Can I explain it?" Because if you can teach it simply, you probably understand it deeply.